Look around and ask yourself, why does life keep pulling me into temptations, things I can't control? Facing difficulties, failures, and endless worries, do you feel tired and stressed? You are not alone. Each of us has been through those moments, but there is a philosophy that can help you break free from that cycle, and that is Stoicism. Stoicism is not just a theory, it is a way of life, an art that helps you remain unaffected by external factors beyond your control. In today's video, I will share with you the golden principles of Stoicism that help you maintain your mental strength, live with self-control, and stay calm amidst all the turbulence. Keep watching to discover how to master yourself. If you feel the positive energy, don't forget to like this video and share a meaningful comment. The brutal but most important truth in life is, we cannot control everything. This life is full of factors beyond your control, from other people's actions to the countless events happening around the world. But there is one thing you can always control, and that is yourself. Remember, every emotion, action, and reaction you have is within your control. When faced with difficulties or challenges, instead of worrying about things you cannot change, focus on what you can control. You cannot change others' attitudes, but you can absolutely decide how you respond to them. Someone may speak ill of you, but whether you get angry or stay silent does not affect them, but affects you. This does not mean you should ignore everything, but rather, you must learn to respond rationally and with clarity. Your life will change forever when you learn to ignore the factors beyond your control and focus only on what you can change. True strength comes from controlling yourself, not controlling everything around you. What you think, feel, and do will ultimately define how you live. One of the core principles of Stoic philosophy is acceptance. This is not blind acceptance or surrender, but a clear and unflinching view of reality. The truth is, life is never perfect, and things will definitely go wrong. Instead of getting frustrated, complaining, or trying to deny it, you need to learn to accept these things as an inseparable part of your life journey. When you accept reality, you can control your emotions and reactions. This may be difficult at first, because human nature often wants to change everything when faced with adversity. But remember that the only change you can make is changing your perspective and your response. If you cannot change your circumstances, you can absolutely change how you face them. Instead of blaming the situation, ask yourself, how can I act to take control of this situation? When you accept reality and stop fighting against it, you will feel lighter and be able to focus on what truly matters, how to grow and move forward. Difficulties are not enemies. They are valuable lessons that help you grow stronger. Learn to accept and work with what you have. One of the deep-rooted causes of suffering in life is the constant striving for things that are out of reach. We are often swept up in a cycle of endless desires. You want more money, more success, more beauty, or even more happiness. But there's a brutal truth that few dare to face. Desire never leads to true satisfaction. When you obtain one thing, you want another. And so it continues, leaving you always feeling incomplete, even though the world around you offers countless opportunities. Stoic philosophy advises that you should not live solely to satisfy personal desires. These desires only cause you to waste time, energy, and sometimes even your happiness. Instead of chasing distant goals, learn to find joy in what you already have. Satisfaction does not come from acquiring more, but from appreciating and being content with what you currently possess. When you detach from endless desires, you will experience true freedom. You are no longer bound by cravings and can live a life of completeness and peace. You won't worry about achieving what is beyond your reach, but instead focus on the true values: inner peace, self-understanding, and sustainable growth. The truth is, no one in this life can avoid difficulties and challenges. It is inevitable. Everyone will face tough situations, failures, and losses. However, rather than running from these things, Stoic philosophy advises that you should embrace them and view them as opportunities for growth. Difficulties are not enemies. They are the best teachers that help you develop and build resilience. When facing challenges, don't let yourself fall into feelings of guilt, despair, or defeat. Learn to see every difficulty as part of the learning process. A person cannot grow without facing challenges. Every hardship carries with it a valuable lesson, an opportunity for you to surpass yourself, to become stronger and wiser. Difficulties also help you recognize your own weaknesses, allowing you to improve and elevate yourself. Try looking back at the difficult situations from your past and reflect on what you learned from them. You will realize that it was those very challenges that shaped you into the person you are today. When you accept and embrace difficulties, you not only help yourself overcome them, but also build the mental strength to face any future challenges. The reality is, when you are not afraid to confront difficulties, you will never be defeated by anything in life. Learn to appreciate challenges because they are what will propel you forward and help you achieve great goals. One of the important principles of Stoic philosophy is the regular practice of self-examination. To become a truly strong person, unaffected by external factors, you must understand yourself clearly. Self-examination is not just about reflecting on your actions in the past, but also about looking at your emotions, thoughts, and reactions in every moment of life. When you face a situation, instead of just reacting instinctively, pause and ask yourself, what am I thinking right now? How am I feeling? Why am I reacting this way? Simple questions like these will help you identify your emotions and thoughts, allowing you to control them rather than letting them control you. If you don't understand yourself, you will easily be led by negative emotions, anxiety, and fear. Self-examination helps you recognize weaknesses in your behavior and thinking, allowing you to change and improve. This practice requires patience and long-term commitment, but once mastered, it will help you maintain calm and clarity, no matter the circumstances. You will no longer be swept away by negative reactions or fleeting emotions, but instead, you will respond rationally and proactively. Practicing self-examination not only helps you grow personally, but it also helps you maintain your stance and overcome any challenges in life. Do this every day, and you will notice powerful changes in how you handle all situations, from small conflicts to larger issues. One of the most important lessons from Stoic philosophy is the ability to maintain inner peace despite external turbulence. The world around you will always change, sometimes in ways you cannot control, from changes in your work to social, political issues, or personal conflicts. However, the only thing you can be certain of controlling is your emotions and your reactions. And when you know how to maintain inner peace, you will not be swept away by life's storms. To achieve this, you must learn to detach yourself from negative thoughts and emotions. Frequently ask yourself about the value of the emotions you are experiencing. Does this emotion help me become a better person? Can I handle this situation with reason and calmness? When you don't let temporary emotions control you, you will be able to make wiser decisions and act with self-control. Inner peace doesn't mean you never feel sad or anxious, but rather the ability to recognize and master those emotions. When facing difficulties, instead of reacting with anger or worry, accept those feelings, but don't let them control your actions. Master your thoughts and emotions, rather than allowing them to control you. The more you practice this ability, the more you will find that no challenge in life will be able to shake you. When you maintain peace in your soul, you will be able to face every situation calmly and confidently. This is the foundation for living a life unaffected by external factors, while also creating a positive influence on those around you. Stop wasting another day living in weakness and chaos. Subscribe to Stoic Success now to build an unbreakable mindset, master your emotions, and face life like a warrior. Stoic philosophy always emphasizes the importance of living in harmony with nature. This doesn't just mean living in harmony with the natural world, but living true to human nature, with reason and virtue. Each of us has an innate nature, a true essence that we must recognize and nurture. When you live according to nature, You understand the value of simple things and do not get caught up in desires that are beyond your control. You realize that life has its own cycles and laws, and you cannot change them through resistance or anger. Living according to nature means you do not resist the changes in life, but accept them as part of the process. You don't do things contrary to your true nature just to pursue shallow goals or short-term success. Instead, you view every event, every challenge, every person in your life as part of a larger journey that you cannot fully control, but you can respond to with reason. Living according to nature also means not forcing yourself into the molds that society or others set for you. Who you are, what you do, and how you live should all stem from a deep understanding of yourself. It's not because someone says you must succeed in a certain way that you chase after those values. Live with your own true values. Do what feels right and natural to you. When you live true to your essence, you will experience true peace and freedom. You will no longer worry about what others think or the pressure from the outside. You will achieve mental freedom when you understand that your true nature is aligned with nature itself, and all you need to do is what is right for you. For Stoic philosophy, virtue is the only value that can bring true happiness and lasting freedom. Everything else, money, fame, popularity, are merely external factors and cannot provide deep satisfaction or lasting meaning in life. According to the Stoics, virtue, which includes wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control, are the steadfast values that help you face every difficulty and challenge without wavering. Focusing on virtue means living with a strong moral compass and a solid value system where you are not swayed by temporary temptations. Instead of chasing fleeting successes or material things beyond your control, you place virtue above all else and regard it as the highest goal in life. This does not mean you reject the good things in life, but rather you recognize that virtue will lead you to the things that are truly valuable. When you focus on developing virtue, you also become someone who is better able to control yourself. You do not let emotions or the circumstances around you dictate your actions, but always act based on reason and sound principles. In difficult situations, virtue will be your guide to acting with integrity, fairness, and consistency. This creates a steady life, unaffected by the changes of the world around you. Life becomes easier when you focus on virtue, because you will no longer be trapped by momentary desires and greed. Virtue will bring you true freedom, because you are no longer bound by external factors, but simply living true to your essence. When you live by virtue, you not only master your own life, but also create a positive influence on those around you. We cannot avoid the difficulties and challenges in life, but we can absolutely choose how we respond to them. Stoic philosophy teaches us that everything beyond our control does not have to be a cause of our suffering. Principles such as accepting reality, detaching from desires, and focusing on virtue will help us live a life of self-control, unaffected by emotions or external factors beyond our power. When you apply these principles to your life, you will no longer feel exhausted or helpless in the face of what cannot be changed. Instead, you will become proactive, steadfast, and never dependent on circumstances. Self-examination, maintaining inner peace, and living true to your nature will help you not only overcome difficulties, but also grow and become the best version of yourself. Remember, life is a long journey filled with challenges, but when you live by Stoic philosophy, you will always be able to stand strong, regardless of the storms. Thank you for being here. If you found this video helpful, subscribe, turn on notifications, and like this video. Don't forget to leave a comment so we can spread positivity together.